Hi guys, Dumbledore here from Wawa's Bootcamp with another console video guide. This time, it'll be over the scientist himself, Winston. Joining me is my good friend Volcarona, who has over 109 hours on Winston in total, and has peaked at about 3,700 SR. Today, me and him are going to go over the basics of Winston, and also get into some of the more advanced strategies on console. Alright Jay, so now we're here for more of the guide about Winston. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Alright. What are some basic combos of Winston? Like, everyone knows about the jump melee combo sort of thing, but I don't really know how it works. So can you show me it real quick?
Basically, what you want to do is you want to jump like just above or around an enemy where you know you're about to land on them.
Yep.
And as you land, you kind of just before you land, you hit them with the melee because the falling animation kind of cancels it out and you add more damage.
Okay.
And right after that, I typically just like, if it calls for it, I place the bubble and everyone knows this. You got to kind of dance around inside the bubble so your enemy finds themselves struggling like to hit you because
Yeah.
they have to go inside the bubble to hit you outside depending on how you move around it.
And that could
But
be the
yeah,
difference between like living or dying
yeah,
against.
definitely.
Alright, so now I'm gonna name some heroes, and I want you to tell me like the specific matchup against them. Like, what would you do against that hero if you were going against him? Okay.
All
Alright.
right.
Soldier 76.
Soldier 76. He can be very difficult to fight because he can outrun your gun if he chooses to do so. And if you jump on top of him to duel him in a 1v1 situation, his health pack gives him a lot more survivability, and as we all know, Winston's time to kill is pretty low, so it takes like definitely takes a lot of dancing in and out of your shield. You definitely want to have that off cooldown if you're going to go into a battle with a soldier, because the matchup is very reliant on you kind of like swaying in and out of the shield
Yeah.
if the soldier chooses to play that way, like where he's kind of in your face, because he can kill you for sure if you don't have your bubble.
If he's on high ground, would you reliably, if you're at full health, would you be fine like 1v1ing that soldier?
A soldier, if
Yeah.
he's off from the rest of his team for sure, but if the
Alright.
rest of his team's like on the low ground or on the high ground with him, absolutely not. You
Alright.
kind of just want to force him out of the high ground if anything. You don't even need to kill the soldier, just taking his attention away from your team is is often good enough.
That's good. So just get him off the high ground so he's less effective.
Yeah.
Scare him off. Okay, cool. Alright. So here's kind of a basic one, but I'm sure some people don't know. Hanzo or Widow?
Hanzo or Widow. Winston's known to easily counter those characters, and if you play him, you know how easy it honestly is to do. But at higher levels of play, when you actually get against Winstons and Hanzos that are good, it gets a little more complicated than just hopping on them and just tasing them to death.
Scatter does a
'Cause,
lot to your health.
yeah, on Hanzo, you definitely have to be really careful of the scatter. You want to kind of use your shield like right in his face and try to use it to bait out the scatter if you can. Try to like set it up just before he scatters. And if you're gonna hop on him, it's generally best to do it without him like knowing you're there, obviously, because then there's much less of a chance for him to like get shots off on you before you hop over to him. And another thing with Hanzo that can be tricky is if there's a wall and he wants to climb up on it and you just jumped on him, you have to wait like 4 seconds before you can actually damage him. Like if you look at this wall right here, kinda,
Yeah.
if there were a Hanzo sitting right here
Yep.
and I just jumped on him from
He could
like
just he could just
say
do
over
this.
here, he
He
could
could just
just get
climb
up
up.
on there and now I'm down like 4 seconds that he can get shots off on me.
Yeah, until your
So you
jump's
definitely
back.
want to be careful about where you fight a Hanzo and how you fight one really.
On to our next hero. Enemy Winstons. What's the
Enemy
So
Winston's.
say here, let me get some health. Say it's me and you. And I'm an enemy Winston. How would you just see each other, you're both in a 1v1 situation, you see each other, how would you deal with that? Would you run back to your team? You think you could take him?
Um, I always run back to my team because I find it's not worth the time to 1v1 a Winston like in an actual game.
This one is kind of scary. So say you're on 2CP like this, the enemy team has a bastion set up in the corner like this. What do you do? as a Winston player?
Don't play Winston.
Yeah, you
I
just
just don't
switch
play
off?
Winston.
Because how
Yeah, I
fast?
always switch off against Bastion because the damage you do to him in his turret form is like
And I could
basically
just,
zero,
I could
and
just
he
heal it.
shreds through your shields ridiculously fast.
Yeah,
So there's really not even any counterplay when it comes to this character.
if you
Like
place a
if you jump
shield.
on him, you're dead.
So yeah, I destroyed that in like 2
Like it's
seconds.
yeah, there's no way you can even play around him while he's in his turret form and you're Winston.
I'm not even
I
shitting
always
you, and
switch
I'm
off
just
in that
out.
matchup.
I'm just
Yeah.
out healing this.
Um, Basically the common dive stuff. Like if I see a Zarya or a Tracer on the team, I pretty much always pick Winston because I like Winston and Zarya together since when he dives in, her bubbles obviously give him more time to kind of stay in the fight sort of before he has to disengage.
Mhm.
And that works with any other dive character also. But yeah, it works well with Zarya because she gets the charge back off of it. Winston gets to stay in the fight longer. And her ult also kind of synergizes with Winston's gun. It's obviously not perfect, and you'd want to rather use an ult or something, or just like team fire. But Winston's gun, the fact that it changes damage in between enemies when they're close together, and a grab puts all the enemies close together in one spot,
Yeah.
it works well in kind of just damaging all the enemies at the same time. So yeah, I like Zarya, and
Diva?
right now the big thing at like the higher level, yeah, is Diva Winston, because it's also similar to what's it called, Zarya, and how her defense matrix, if you play it well with the Winston and you have good like coordination, can really extend the duration that he can stay in the fight, and they work really well together because of that.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Like, what if you see Lucio's? I know a lot of people say Lucio's Zen is really good dive, but how do you feel about that?
I like Lucio Zen, I really do, but I find it hard to make it actually like the team doesn't always make it work the way it should and gets the best value out of it in like ranked kind of.
Mhm.
Because you don't exactly always see people diving the same targets and stuff, you know. So I actually usually like Mercy. On console actually, Mercy's definitely more common than she is on a PC because
Yeah.
Ana's a lot harder to play. And I know Mercy's big on PC right now as well, but I like that because it's more consistent, like concentrated, harder heals, you know?
Yeah, and the damage boost is
Like
really
higher
nice.
heal per second. Yeah, damage boost is cool too, and like Riz is great and all.
So yeah, and
But
the whole thing with Lucio Zen is there's not much healing on that team. It's very low healing, but the whole point of that is that
yeah,
you're not supposed to
is
need
that you kill them
healing.
before they kill you and
Yeah, you're not
stuff.
supposed to
Yeah.
need healing. So Lucio Zen works, but Mercy just is so strong right now with her res value. You see them every game, and if the enemy has a Mercy, you kind of need a Mercy to fight with res. So big heals are better for Winston, in your opinion, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
He works well with any healer really, but Zen and Lucio are known to be like the best that he works with at like the top levels and stuff.
Yeah. But sometimes you just don't have that coordination to make that work.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't get the enemies down fast enough, and it's kind of just a dragged out battle. You have to have more healing, or else you'll just die before
Okay.
they die.
And here's a big question that I know I struggle with when I try and play Winston is how and when do you use Winston's ultimate ability?
I always use this ult to start a fight. Like if I know we have ults on deck and we're going in as a full 6, I kind of want to get in, just
Yeah.
like dance around my bubble, get off as much damage as I can, and as soon as I get as low as I know I can before I'll die, I just pop the ult and just start swinging things. I try to isolate one enemy in particular in a corner if I can, or just put all my damage with the swings into one enemy.
Mm-hmm. Because it does 40 damage per hit.
Yeah, and you want to use your jumps as much as you can because that really does add on to your DPS. Like if you push them in a corner and you just keep popping on them, it really
Yeah.
does make a difference how fast you can kill them.
I know this is gonna be kind of a hard question, but if you could answer it, it'd be nice. When I play Winston on defense, I never really know what to do because Winston's used to diving. So, how do you play that?
I don't
Like-
usually play much of a defense Winston myself, but if you're playing him on dive, you kind of just want to like sit somewhere, wait for the enemy team to come, kind of get on them, grab their attention like how Winston's supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then just get back, kind of. You want to initiate the fight. That's like what he's all about. You want to start the fight.
All right.
And if you can, you know, get back lines and stuff.
So kind of just wait for them
Um,
to get closer before you dive in, though.
yeah. And on defense, if you're playing Winston, you want to have another character you can dive with for sure.
All right, I like that. So like a Genji or a Tracer,
Yeah,
Diva.
Genji or Tracer.
Okay. Well, I think that about concludes it for this today. Do you have any final remarks, tips about Winston? Anything you
Nope.
want to say to the Wawa's bootcamp viewers?
Stay chill, stay wavy. Keep
Nice.
it 300, and that's it.
Yeah, so Winston is a dive tank, just always initiate. That's
Yeah.
about this. Alright, cool. Well, thank you.
Initiate, stay aggro. Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you
Get the
for your
back
time.
lines.
Thank you for your
You're
time,
welcome.
Volcarona. I really appreciate it. You're a pretty high tier Winston player with a lot of hours, so. And you can do that. I didn't even. This is the best tip you can do. When you ult, you can use emotes.